There's a small crack or fracture right over there.
I can see that. Good morning, everyone. It is, I think, 3:20-ish, or 9. It's 9:20-ish. I just got Jax off to school, so let's start from the beginning of the day. I come into Sebastian's room and all of his covers are on the floor. He's laying on the bed with crying like red eyes. Poor little dude woke up an hour early and couldn't sleep anymore. So I was like, do you want me to cover you back up and give you like 20 more minutes to sleep? Or do you want to come down and get cozy on the couch and have like about a half an hour just to rest and then get ready? So he chose coming down, and he wanted to put on his headphones and watch a show on his iPad while I got everything ready, and then with the minimum time we needed, got him dressed and had breakfast and out the door. And then I had about a half an hour to warm up under my blanket before I got Jax up. I did fully pack Jax's lunch and stuff. Well, some ice just came off in my car. And yeah, I packed up everything and once I got Jax up into the bathroom, I refilled all the drinks, finished making breakfast, and got the backpack down, shoes, gloves, socks, everything by the door. We had another little half-hour stretch, and then proceeded on the trip out the door. It's crutches down the hall, butt scoot down the stairs, put the socks, shoes, and gloves on, butt scoot out the door because it's like 4 steps, and then have another step down, and then 4 steps, and then the porch steps. So it's easier to just stay seated than getting pulled up and down. And then I get everything into the car, get Jax into the car, and we headed to the school about half an hour before the bell. I wanted less cars there. We take one of the normal loops that gets as close as possible to the curb. It's still quite a long trek up a hill to the school, and I parked in the handicap spot. I knew I was going to get trapped, but it is what it is. Put my hazards on and went up. Asked for the wheelchair. They were there by the time I got back down and was helping Jax out of the car because they were prepared. They said, sorry, my nose is eczema. I need to put my cream on. So they were like, oh yeah, we were prepared. We had it ready and waiting. Can you balance on my steering wheel? No. Oh, okay. So that worked out, and they were able to get the backpack and the crutches all loaded up on the wheelchair. So it went very speedy. I did have to wait a few cars. I put my reverse lights on, and when I saw a big enough gap coming up, like a bunch of kids were being let out behind me, so the cars approaching had time to notice me, so I pulled a little tiny bit out, and that triggered a car to wait and give me a gap to back out into, and I appreciated that because I was very stuck. And then yeah, I drove to the school. I am not in my normal parking lot. There's like a playground and stuff is at the back of the building because the side employee lot I park in becomes the after school car line pickup. Like when I leave lunch at 1:15, there's already 2 cars waiting at the front of the car line, and school gets out an hour after that. So I have to go to a presentation Danny's going to surprise Sebastian and go too. And that is from 1 to 1:45. And yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm going to be stuck. And I really need to get home and have time to eat and sit down. My legs are going to be so tired. I'm so itchy on my nose. I'm so sorry. It's extremely dry today. So yeah, here I am. I did message somebody in the office and say, well, my badge, is there a door my badge can get me into back here? Because she knows you can't park over there if you want to leave before, like anytime after 1:30. And she said any door, so we're gonna try that. And hopefully remember to go out the right one of these back doors laid us. And yeah, that's my update so far. I will get home probably around 2, eat something. I've got to leave the house at 3 to pick up Jax at 3:10, and then we're gonna head to another new doctor's office. So we've met the doctor, just different locations, so I need to research while I'm eating lunch to make sure I get the absolute right building. And yeah, I think Sebastian and Danny are going out to see Yvonne and have a taco night and then hang out at Yvonne's house. So it'll be Jax and I, and we'll see if Jax is up for going out to dinner or if we want to order. But thank you for joining me on my TED Talk this morning. I'm going to eat a muffin bar, which tastes a little bit chemically to me. I've had one so far. I don't know what it is I'm tasting. Chicory root extract, sugarcane fiber, maybe one of those weird things. There's just something about it, but it's food and I'm gonna be dying today, eating lunch late. Got pretzels also. And I'm gonna go in, start setting up. It is 2 of us today. All right, I've talked so long. Bye.
I was outside.
Very cool.
Wait, should we add a background?
I'm so tired. And I've been talking over the loud lunchroom. And then all the presentations, because of course I know all the kids. So I was getting like sucked into all their presentations. The entire 3rd grade was doing it. So cute and very cool. They were using Makey, this little plug and play programming system to make interactive maps, so you can like push buttons like you would at a museum to learn more. So yeah, I went straight from the cafeteria. I had to leave a tiny bit early. And Danny surprised Sebastian by coming. I got home before them because Danny walked and Sebastian wanted to go home with him. So got lunch. I'm still coughing stuff up. I feel like my cougher, whatever muscles are coughing, are a little swollen today. Like it feels swollen down in there, not my throat, and I don't hurt and my throat doesn't hurt. It just feels like when I cough, those muscles are strained. So I might go back to taking a little dose of like cough medicine at bedtime tonight, just to try and take the irritation or the swelling out. Inflammation, that's the word. But I have a little bit of time, and then I have basically an hour, and then I need to be like in my car driving off. So I need to eat this, and then we go to doctor's follow-up appointment. So I need to look up that building, make sure I know where I'm going. To look at the whole route on the satellite, and then a street view of the building. All right.
This is the normal color of bone. You can see the tibia doesn't look like that, right? It's so bright and high signal intensity, which just means that it's a very angry, irritated area of the bone. It's regarding fracture.
It does seem significantly less swollen.
There's a small crack or fracture
Oh, yeah.
right over there.
I can see that.
It is truly minimal, but it is real. It's there. You can see that. And the overall view of the knee, it's a flush joint line, like it's a perfectly smooth joint line, which is what we care about.
Okay.
So as long as it stays like that, this will resolve completely with no lag.
Okay.
I don't like that word. Hold on.
Well, it's broken. Urgent care was actually correct. Tibia plateau fracture. So the MRI was able to get better detail and show that there is a fracture, lots of contusion, I guess, bleeding and swelling in the bone area. But luckily there's no chipping off, so they don't need to do anything to it. The doctor said that Jax can take the brace off in bed, but anytime you're moving, Jax needs to wear it. And the doctor wants some practice straightening, but absolutely no pressure on it for 4 weeks, and then we'll go back to them and they'll take an x-ray in-house to see how it's healing. So yeah, they gave us a new note. Like, I brought in a list of what the school needed and just handed it to them. The doctor always has this assistant, the same one with a rolling standing computer, who like types everything up. So this time I wrote that out and he just handed it them. He's like, yeah, do all this on a note for 2 months. So the note was extra time between class, elevator use instead of stairs, and no PE. Obviously, if there's just non-physical things, Jax can do them. Right now they're in health, but PE is starting up, and the school asked that I get a note for that because they're like, obviously Jax isn't going to be participating. We want that for our files. So got that new note, which I guess I just brought upstairs because it's in my knitting bag. They didn't need the CD from the MRI because they were able to send it over. And I know what software they used to send it over because I basically was getting trained as a front desk person while I was waiting there for so long, because dude was training a new hire and talking about all their software. So I know the software that they used to share it to the doctor's office. But Jax and I are relieved to just have an answer, and that it's nothing that requires surgery. Obviously, if something starts to chip off, it gets hurt in addition to what it is, and the break gets worse, there's possibilities of needing something. But right now, we don't need a cast. We just need to be off it. I don't know how those strangers who gave us the crutches to use will feel about us still using it, but I will happily buy them new padding or wash the padding afterwards. They haven't said anything. I don't know if it's polite for me to update. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. But there was a bit of a delay, about, I think they said it was 40 minutes, but I don't know. I felt like only about maybe 30 minutes that we had to wait. And then it was I don't know, 4:30, 4:45 when we got out. And Jax was like, yeah, let's just go straight to dinner, because I was gonna let Jax choose. It was between Asian food or breakfast dinner. So I looked at the map to see where we were. I knew we were in Ashburn, but it's like in a new area north of where we live that I don't really know. And I was like, oh, it's right by Silver Diner. So we went there. We ended up ordering the exact same thing. Like, I didn't listen to Jack's order. And then I ordered with a certain modification, like, instead of the meat, can I have potatoes? And Jax was like, oh yeah, actually let me do that, because all I had heard is Jax ordered a side of potatoes. It comes with meat. And so I had also ordered strawberries on my waffle. Jax was like, yeah, let's just do two of the same things. But I let Jax get a $10 milkshake, because they're really good milkshakes. Because Jax has a broken leg. Deserves it for making it through. So proud of Jax for getting to school these past 4 days this week. And yeah, having a really good attitude about all this. But I'm gonna take a bath. Jax is in the bathroom, and even though crutches are an option to get down the hall, and we do use the crutches down the hall, I'm just kind of like the safety net getting out of the bathroom and getting to Jax's room. So I will start filling it, but I won't get in yet. Danny and Sebastian are with Yvonne, and yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you later. Hi. It is 10 till 9. And I've been trying to fight the urge to go to bed for like 2 hours. I'm so tired. It has been a supreme struggle to make it through this week, even though I only had school/work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've also been taking care of Jax, which I don't resent at all. I would do it all a million times over. And trying to coordinate all this medical stuff, dealing with the insurance, setting up appointments, dealing with the school and Jax being out and accommodations, figuring out mobility, and oh my god, this bag will not. Everything is a mess and just keeps falling over. This is my bag from today. And I have this cough still, and it's really, like, as I said, so swollen in there, and getting like the gook out, which is good. That means I'm at the end, but it's been exhausting. And I think my body, once we made it through what's not the final step, but the final step for a month, my body's just like, okay, now can we just shut down? Can we just go to sleep? And oh my gosh, I was struggling. I need my headphones, Picky. I'm sorry I keep walking back and forth. I legit went to the bathroom to start getting ready, and I was like, I haven't even edited it, because normally I edit at like 10, 9, 8, whenever we're doing bedtime. Like, it's Sebastian's bedtime is set based on when his wake up time is, so I don't know when he's getting home. So I'm gonna sit and edit instead of getting ready right away. But I've already let Piggy out and brought a snack up to Jax. And then I'll get this up and get to bed at a more reasonable time. I know, like, early is better, probably, but I don't want to go to bed too early and just throw everything off. My plants aren't happy, and I don't know if There's too much water, too little water. The heater's been running too much, which is probably the winter, so they need more water, but I just watered them. They're just big thirsty, and the heater's, it's just going and going. It's so cold here. Alright, I'm gonna say goodnight. We made it through the day and kind of came full circle around to what we were told at urgent care, the tibia plateau break. On that note, good night, stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.